What's up, everybody? What's happening, beautiful people of the Grams? This is your friend Jose Trujillo. Hey, what's up? What's happening, Rachel? Rachel, you and I have unfinished business. You and I have unfinished business with my hair. You and I have unfinished business, Rachel. And so yeah, when you go from unit to scale, right, to the group, that's where the income is. For example, artists are like, how can I make my gallery show, absolutely a winning gallery show? I say to those artists, you're looking at it wrong. And now there exists that. It does exist, but most people get trapped in that. Because that does exist. How to make a winning art show, it does exist. There is such thing as that. The problem with that is that most people get stuck on that, and therefore they get what's called paralysis by analysis. And they're like, they can't move forward. They can't move forward. And so they get stuck. They get stuck constantly. What I say to artists that are like, how can I make my gallery show a winning one? I say to them, how many do you have? They're like, I only have like one once a year. I'm like, that's not your problem. I don't care how great you make that gallery show. You can make that gallery show where you earned, I don't know, $20,000 that night. Will you survive on $20,000 a year? No, people can't survive. I mean, yeah, but not if if you have a family and expenses and whatnot. And so people get trapped in that. Even if you like you hit it out of the park, which is very, very strange and very rare. I know a couple of strategies that can hit it out of the park. I've done them myself, but it's still a lot of work. And if you really wanted to make it work, even if you do, the problem is that you need more gallery shows. And so people don't look at it that way. People think about a gallery show that is going to, be a killer gallery show. And what I'm thinking is, no, how can I get 10, 20, 30, 50 gallery shows a year? How can I do that? Because let me share with you a little the reason why I think this way, okay? And this is very counterintuitive. This doesn't it's not very common for artists to behave in this way. I learned how to behave this way and how to think, how to change my psychology in other industries, not in art, because in art is a big no-no. And so go figure why so many artists, the vast majority, can't make a living, because there's so many industry restrictions, And so what I learned is, okay, I can make one gallery show a winner gallery show, and put all my eggs in that basket and put all my energy and focus on how to crack that so that I can make a gallery show where I can earn, I don't know, let's take it high, right? $20,000 in one night, which is very rare for the average show, extremely rare. But let's say that, based on that rarity, I do a gallery show and I earn $20,000 that night. The most I've seen people earn is like $10,000 in one night on a show, in a gallery show, in a regular gallery show. I'm not talking about huge glossy galleries. I'm talking about just your average gallery in your city. But let's say that I make $20,000 and that's what I'm looking for, and I figured out how to make $20,000 in one of those shows. What most people do is they try to figure that out, while I am just trying to find my average of a show. Now, I'm sharing with you guys something very counterintuitive, and most people might not even get what I'm talking about here, based on being socialized to think otherwise, to think differently. So I'm not looking to get the 20,000. Well, someone is. I'm looking to get even $2,000 a night. You know, let's say that I'm looking to get an average of $4,000 a night. $4,000 a night on a show, as opposed to 20. But I'm not trying to get one show. I'm trying to get 50 shows, right? I'm trying to get at least 10 shows. If I at least just get 10 shows, you know, I already doubled that ridiculous effort of the $20,000 night. If I just at least get 10 shows, I already doubled. And this is, it's a hidden secret. Like, most people don't pursue it that way because they're trying to figure. They're trying to get it right. I'm not trying to get it right. I'm trying to get this fucking thing going. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it going. And there are those nights that I hit it out of the park. There are those nights that it hits it out of the park. It happens, you know. And there are nights that just fail, and I didn't sell anything. And then there is what I call the average night, right? The average opening night in the gallery show. The average night. The average night is exactly that. It's an average, right? If I do 10 shows a year, what is that? You know, all I got to do is just divide it. What is it? What's my average? And then I see my average, and then I realize, oh, okay. So then I have to do 10 gallery shows, or 20 gallery shows, or 30 or 50 gallery shows. The money's in the numbers, guys. And most people think that they're in the business of art. You're not in the business of art. You're in the business of numbers. You're in the business of numbers. And if you miss this, you're going to miss on the huge opportunity that is in the marketplace. It's a ridiculous, huge opportunity in the marketplace. And most artists can't grab it, especially if you live in countries where there's tremendous amount of affluence. You know, the opportunity is ridiculous. Most artists won't grab it because they're being socialized. Again, I believe that they've been socialized through stories, through the gallery system, industry, no sacred cows, and all of that. That people won't do that. You know, people won't do that. People won't go out of the norm, out of their own way to make that happen. And I didn't learn this from artists. Had I learned what I could never learn what I know from artists. It's impossible. Most artists are trying to get famous on Instagram. And that's like their deal. Like, how can I get famous on Instagram? How can I get known? How can I have so many followers? Most artists are barking at that one tree. And 90% of them are not even doing it right. What I mean by right is putting enough energy where if that's your only gig, you should have a whole team around yourself. I mean, you should do that 18 hours a day, and when you start getting paid, start getting a team around you where you have a full team around your Instagram that's preparing content and videos and short and stories and all of that. Like, that's the way you do that thing, you know, because you have to be so aggressive with it in order for it to actually puke real numbers at you. You have to put real numbers in it so that you get real numbers out. And I see that a lot. I see it so much where artists are just very confused about the business they're in. They think they're in the business of making pretty pictures, and that's not the business you're in. If you're a full-time artist, that's not the business you're in. You're in the business of numbers, and you keep missing that. I missed that for years. I'm telling you, for years, I left so much money on the table, like ridiculous amount of money on the table, because I thought I was in the business of making art. You know, I'm in the business of making art. I have to make art, and it has to be this way, and on and on and on. And what happens is that romantic aspect, you do need it in order to create art. But what happens is that you get stuck there. You get stuck there. Everybody needs that romantic aspect. That's how you got started. That's how you create art. You create art from that place, from that romantic place. You create art. But that's not where you create the business. You cannot create the business from the same romantic place. Is it dying?
Yeah.
And so, I'm telling you guys, if you want your business as an artist, if you want to prosper, if you want to move outside of what everybody else is doing and earning what everybody else is earning, you have to switch. You have to make it literally is a psychological switch. It's a breakthrough. It's a quantum leap. You're moving from painter, okay, from just painter. You're moving from that. My God, you're moving from painter to understanding numbers, from painter to not mathematician, but you have to move to understand the numbers that you're playing with. You know, so many of us don't understand that this is a game of numbers. I only get 400 views on average on my Instagram posts. See, I'm not looking for followers, okay? I'm not just looking for followers. I'm looking for views. That's what I'm looking for. Now, followers is a byproduct of that, but I'm not looking for followers. I'm looking for views. And a lot of artists don't understand that that's the game of Instagram. You're looking for views, guys. If you're selling your work, you're not just looking for followers. Everybody gets stuck on followers. You're looking for views. You need to have people to see what you're doing, because that's how advertisement works. And so I put a post on Instagram that averages about 400 views in a day, right? How can I change that? Now, most people go into it and go, well, you know, you got to take a better picture and this and that, and they get stuck on the little stuff. What I do is I say, okay, it takes 400 views. Okay, can I put 10 so that I can have 4,000 views that day? And then can I throw some ads in it, in each one of those, so that I can have 1,000 views instead of 4,000? And now I have 10,000 views. You know, now I have 10,000 views instead of just 4,000. That's what I'm telling you guys. You're in the business of numbers.
How are you?
Winkle's Art says you need to stream at night so I can watch you. I work days, can't watch your streams anymore. I'll stream some at night. That way you get a chance. I'm also on YouTube, so you can check those out there. That way you don't miss out on some of this stuff. But I'm talking about stuff here that nobody else is talking about, guys. I'm talking about some very deep shit here that it seems simple because it is, but it's hidden. It's hidden because it's a blind spot. It's not so much that it's like, it's not rock. I'm not teaching any fucking rocket science here. It's just blind spots. They're blind spots, and this is why artists can't earn a living, because they keep focusing on the little stuff. You just focus on the art. You keep focusing on the art only, and that's great to be focusing on the art. You have to, but you can't stay there. You have to make a leap from the art into you're in the game of arithmetic, baby. You have to start thinking numbers. You know, again, if I average 400 views on a post on Instagram, how many posts can I throw in there? I found that I can throw 10 without getting ghosted. Right? So I'll do 10 posts in a day on my wall. And now I don't have 400 views. Now I have 4,000 views. Now can I throw some marketing dollars into each one of those?
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming in. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right.